First of all, the job's bringing you money, right? But the job may be a pain. See, now you got a dilemma. So what do I do? Unknown territory. Because for a lot of you, exploring in your journey, you stick to what you know, who you know, and you end up playing small. You end up in a kiddie pool where you can't drown, but you can't go far either. What's good, creative fam? This is your guy Vince. I hope everybody's blessed and doing well. Right now we're in a beautiful hike in unknown territory. And so I want to talk about that. Being in unknown territory. Because for a lot of you, exploring in your journey, you stick to what you know, who you know, and you end up playing small. You end up in a kiddie pool where you can't drown, but you can't go far either. And so if I could do anything for you, I want to help you expand your mindset, your emotional intelligence, to help you reach further. See, a lot of you like this. You see, you want all of this. It's beautiful, isn't it? But a lot of you stay exactly right there in the dirt, and you're not willing to walk through it to get up the hill. You see, a lot of you do something known as waiting. You're waiting for someone to come through for you. You're waiting for things to come your way. You're praying for change, but you're not working towards it to match what it is that you're praying for. And so you have a level 10 desire, but you got a level 3 work attitude, and you feel entitled. And I've come across so many people like that they have these huge desires. They want to get into this business. They want to live the lifestyle. They want to be able to do this, do that, but they don't put any skin in the game. They don't put any blood, sweat, or tears or anything like that. And you don't have to struggle. You know, there are ways to get on it. But if you're going to take that route, you're going to have to invest either time, money, and effort into it before you even get a little cluster of something that's going to bring you forward. You know, but let me save you some time right now. Rule number 1, when you are looking to go beyond where you're currently at in your business, or get started at least, get absolute clarity on what it is that is holding you back. Is it finances? Is it a lack of time? Is it a lack of resources? Is it a lack of knowledge? Is it constantly wandering and spinning your wheels? Or are you constantly just like reinventing the wheel? That's the number 1 sin, which is to miss your mark. And I'm going to tell you exactly what the issue with that is. If you are looking to speed up your journey, because a lot of people have this instant gratification, this urgency, you have to put in the work, but you don't have to do it alone. And so the most important thing is never reinvent the wheel. All right. I learned this in my journey, and I remember working and auditing and even in my business and my mentors, and they talked about stop spinning your wheels, stop spinning your wheels. I'm like, what does that mean? It means to stop doing the same thing over and over and expect it to change. What you got to realize is never reinvent the wheel. If anything, improve the wheel. Add the things that are going to help you to maneuver a little more smoothly so that you could turn the corner, but you know what's behind the corner. See, a lot of you are turning the corners rough and falling off the cliff instead of getting clear with a map, so that way you're not abandoning it, quitting, or you're not constantly reinventing or restarting over and over and over, expecting it to change. So Vince, how do I do this? I want to start a business. I'm waiting for money to come through. I'm waiting for this opportunity. I'm waiting for the perfect time to walk away from my job. First of all, the job's bringing you money, right? But the job may be a pain. See, now you got a dilemma. So what do I do there? First, assess the job. Is it mind-boggling? Is it consistent? Is it something that you can foresee? You know, when you're building a business, you want to earn the right to walk away. How do you do that? First, you got to set up an exit plan. To set an exit plan, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to foresee how much it is you need to make, or you're going to need to put a timeline on when you leave and hold yourself accountable. You're either stacking up a certain amount of money, and you're doing a combination of giving yourself a deadline. That way you're hustling, but you want to make sure you're not using your job to... You don't want to get confused of using your job, especially one that you hate, to live. Your job is not meant for you to be able to do vacations, and it's not set up that way. That's why you only get like 10, 15 vacation days, and those are times that you're trying to escape. What you want to do instead is to utilize it for what it is necessary for. If it's to pay bills, cool. Use it exactly for that in your business. Except take a little portion out of it and put it towards your business. And that way you can create more income. That's a better investment than putting it in stock and real estate, because the market determines the value of that. You determine the value of your services and what you do based off of what you put into it. So those are important things to put into, consideration when you're trying to leave your job or you're trying to build a side hustle. Number 2, make sure that you get absolute clarity on what you need. So let me also say this. For those who have money, like that wasn't the problem for me. It wasn't a lack of the money. I mean, it was more so the how I was getting the money that was an issue, and the lack of freedom. And so what I want to do is give you a tip on how to get around that. Create your own freedom. It's never going to be given to you. All right. You're in someone else's system of what they deem freedom and what they consider free for you. All right. So what you're going to have to do, and this isn't for somebody who thinks 10 days is enough for freedom. That's literally an escape route. You shouldn't have to escape from what it is you love to do. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create the time to invest in your business or what it is you're building. So literally take maybe 10 hours a week. Start there. Start somewhere. 2 hours a day. So literally it's about using what you have, not trying to get all these new things, not waiting for things to open up. You got to start with where you're at. You know what you're dealing with, so use it accordingly. Set blocks in your time so you can devote. So literally it's about using what you have, not trying to get all these new things, not waiting for things to open up. You got to start with where you're at. You know what you're dealing with, So use it accordingly. Set blocks in your time so you can devote it. Even if it's 3 hours a day, 2 hours, I don't know your situation. But I do know this. I do know that it's a struggle to do it on your own. Yeah, these are great tips and all, but my situation's a little different, Vince. All right, you don't understand. My job is kind of all over the place. I'm on a call. I got this. Don't worry about it. Look, there's nothing worse than being on your own in this journey, and that's exactly why I made IGC and the programs I did for individuals like yourself, because I was you at one point. So what I want to do is to offer you an opportunity for a one-on-one session with myself, to introduce you to some resources, but also to give you a customized plan on the house, on me, to help you get awareness in your journey and to help you come up with a game plan so that way you can get your way out without having to quit off of motivation and inspiration, but do it calculated strategically, something that's going to challenge you. So if this is you, simply DM me the word create, and I'll be sure to reach out to you to get a little bit more familiarity with your situation and what you're dealing with and how I can help you, and to set up a call so that we can design a plan for you. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to hearing from you. The worst thing you could ever do is to not take action, is to make the same excuse. That's when you're going through the same thing over and over. So I know that you're ready to create versus just constantly consuming and randomly consuming information, whichever way you can get it. Your information out. Let's get away from that. All right. Look, make sure you create to start. Start taking action today. Make sure you build to grow, to get past where you're at, and make sure you sustain to stay persistent and build up that momentum versus losing it, stopping and restarting every time. So if you're ready to cut that learning curve in half, simply DM me and I'll see you there. Stay blessed. Peace.